Hey guys, what is going on? Long time no see. Um, I've been working on this car quite a bit recently, and I wanted to show you what I've been doing. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you already know what I've been doing, but I've kind of slacked on doing video of it because I've ran into a lot of issues. So, without further ado, this is what I've done. So, I know it's a lot to take in. Finally have a big turbo on the car. So I guess let's start from the beginning here. I'm gonna get something to sit on because this might be a lot of talking. So this right here is the SBD turbo kit. Wow. There we go. Camera takes a bit to adjust. So basically what happened was I was looking for a turbo kit, and I was actually thinking about going with like a NX2 for a while because I found a good deal on one. But then I talked with the owner of SBD, and he had a couple of kits laying around that are that weren't sold. They don't make that kit anymore. A lot of you might know what the SBD kit is. I think it was a couple of years ago it came out, but it's discontinued now. But it uses a Garrett flange turbo manifold, comes with downpipe, comes with charge pipe, comes with basically everything you need to run the turbo, the big turbo in the car. And I got it for a very good deal, so I couldn't really turn it down. So that happened, and that comes with a GTX 3076R clone, which I was gonna use, but it's just not big enough for what I want. So I had to upgrade. This right here, let's just start off with the turbo. This right here is a Pulsar GTX 3584 RS. It's basically a 6762. It looks pretty decently sized, as you can tell. And it's good for I think it's good for 90 pounds a minute flow, which should be more than enough for everything I need. And it sounds sick. I've already driven the car just around the block because we're running into other issues, which I'll go over that here in a minute. But yeah, I mean, I installed the kit, and I did start videoing. However, here's what happened. So obviously installing the whole kit and everything, it's kind of involved, and I was doing video and all that, but what actually happened is the oil feed line down here that comes out of the block, I literally was threading in the fitting and threaded it in by hand. There's a lot of cars driving by my house right now, so I was threading it in by hand, and all was going well. So I was like, okay, I'll throw the ratchet on here and torque it down. Went to torque it down, and it just got loose, and I'm like, oh boy, I would have rather been any other hole than the one on the block. So for probably a week, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do about it, and I was getting ideas because that obviously the hole for the oil feed in the block is not a good place to strip out. So I got to looking at it, and it looked like it was just like the first 3 threads were stripped out. So what I ended up doing was getting a tap of the same threads that are in there, greased it up, and ran it through the port and kind of cleaned up the threads. And I got a straight fitting, an M12 by 1.5 to 4AN that threaded in deeper because the banjo bolt that comes on these probably uses half the threads that are in this port. So I got one that threads in deeper, and I probably got 6 or 7 threads on it. And after I cleaned it up, vacuumed it out, made sure it was cleaned up to the best of my abilities, make sure there's no metal shavings or anything in there. And the grease also helps with that. I threaded in this 4AN fitting I got from Vibrant Performance with the crush washer, and then I got a different oil feed line, one that was longer that worked with the straight fitting, and all seems well so far. But that's basically at the point where I was recording, and then I just stopped, and basically I didn't record anything else of the install because I was just so frustrated with everything, as you can imagine, because I thought I was going to have to bring the car to someone, get the everything pulled apart, have it drilled and tapped and all that stuff, and that wasn't something I was about to do. But now that I'm pretty sure we have that taken care of, so because I've ran it, didn't leak, so hopefully that's that. Let's go over everything else. So I got this kit on the car. That's the turbo adapter. You can kind of see it right in there. It's a Garrett flanged turbo adapter, and there's my Turbo Smart wastegate right there. And it's got its own hot side charge pipe. I actually have a CVF cold side charge pipe over here that I had my buddy weld a 50mm blow off valve bung onto so that I could run this race port I have here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the turbo kit, I think. Oh, well, I guess I'll talk about the turbo. So like I said, it's a GTX 3584 RS, but it's a Pulsar turbo, which, you know, I was not about to spend $2,500 on a Garrett because I'm cheap. As you guys know, I'm very cheap. So this one came out to, I think, $730 or something like that, $740, and a lot of Barra guys run these turbos, and so do the guys at PFI Speed and Boosted Boys. They ran a lot of these turbos on their cars, and they seem to have really good results. So I was like, screw it, I'll give it a shot. So we're gonna see how this turbo does, and I think it should do pretty well from all the reviews and all the forums I've seen. People saying these turbos spool pretty well and they make good power. So I'm excited. I'm excited to try it out. Move my catch can for no reason because I was going to run the stock box, but because you know, I didn't want to move this. I'm not running the stock box. I was going to move this up to here where my catch can was. Don't mind my 5-bar sensor loop. I made it way too big and I just haven't fixed it yet. But I didn't feel like moving the fuel pressure regulator, so we're just running a filter right off the turbo because it's way easier. But yeah, I got a different fuel pressure regulator because I was running way too high of fuel pressure before. I guess not way too high, but I was running like the lowest. Mine was a 90 to 125 fuel pressure regulator. It was this Fuel Lab I have over here. Oh wow, it just got dark. It was this bad boy right here. Good fuel pressure regulator, but it was too high of a pressure. I couldn't get it down to 90. The lowest it would go was 104, even if I had this cranked all the way down. So I got this one. This one's like a 40 to 75. And actually, the way it's working, at least with my system, is I can get it up to like 85 or 90 on the inside gauge on my access port. So it's working out perfectly. I have it set to like, I think 80 or 85 right now. It's working good. But besides that, yeah, I mean, all is well, besides we're running into a fueling issue where the car is like adding 25%, or it's pulling out like 25% or more fuel because for some reason it's just getting a ton of fuel. I don't know if we don't know the issue yet, to be honest. So we're just trying to narrow that down and figure out why it's doing that. We don't know if it's the injectors or what. Maybe an injector stuck open or something. We're just trying to figure that out, but I think that's really the extent of everything going on. I'm still basically, we're just troubleshooting this fueling issue right now, trying to figure things out, and basically from there, make sure nothing's leaking, make sure everything's going well, and then we're going to start tuning this thing to make some power. But as long as we can get the fueling figured out, we'll do that. If we can't get the fueling figured out, then we'll have to go a different route or something. We'll have to figure out what we need to do, if we need to swap out the injectors, if we need to service them, which I already did, but for some reason something's not cooperating. But like I said, we'll figure that out. I'm talking with Extreme DI and going to try and iron everything out there. But you know, that's basically the rundown of everything that's going on right now. I'm super excited. I can't tell you how excited I am to finally have a big turbo on the car, like an actual big turbo. Like look at this thing. It's incredible, and I'm just super excited to, you know, get everything figured out, get the car dialed in, and you know, hopefully make some good power. You know, if I can start out making, you know, 550 wheel horsepower for now, and just start rolling into it, I mean, I'd be happy with that. I just want to make some decent power and go fast. So hopefully we'll be there here in the next few weeks, get this figured out, and I'll update you guys, and maybe we'll go to the dyno and all that stuff, which as soon as we get this figured out, I plan on scheduling a dyno session and have Ryan dial this thing in. So obviously I'll keep you guys updated with that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm super excited for future videos. I'm super excited to have this on the car now and be able to make some decent power. So hopefully you guys are too. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you next time.